Transforming India is the tagline that welcomes you as you log on to the government portal indiasmartcities.in. The website itself is quite well laid out and gives one immense hope of a turnaround in India's urban centres or story at some undefined time, though, in the future. In today's Realty Debate, we raise the question, how do we get to this fabulous objective of 100 smart cities and wealthier, healthier and happier cities, which of course, Honorable Minister Venkaiah Naidu mentioned in one of the smart city conferences. One only has to look around to see the chaos that is India's cities today, the unplanned growth, the high levels of congestion, pollution and the lack of very basic infrastructure and amenities. In fact, there isn't a single city in our country which has escaped this chaos. So how does one go about achieving this worthy objective of wealthier, healthier, happy, smart cities? Can it be done? Joining me today is a fabulous panel, Dr. Prashant Pradhan, Director, Smarter Planet Solutions, IBM India. Also with me, Dr. M. Ramachandran, former Secretary, Ministry of Urban Development. Professor Amitabh Kundu, Visiting Professor, Institute of Human Development, IHT, and Senior Fellow of Delhi Policy Group. Sameer Jasuja, Founder and MD of Prop Equity. I will also play out pre-recorded views on the subject of Shirish Sankhe, Director, McKinsey, India. Gentlemen, let's begin with this big question. What is a smart city? I think we've heard that it has to be a larger one. It cannot be only technology oriented. But let's establish for our viewers, in the Indian context, what is a smart city? And let me start with you, Dr. Pradhan, because smart city as a concept is an IBM concept, isn't it?
Well, yes, we started work in this area, which we broadly call Smarter Planet, about 6 years ago. So yes, IBM has done close to about 2,000 projects in this area worldwide. So the way we define smarter city is really, if you really think about it, the citizen outcomes are really at the center of a smart city, right? And to deliver these outcomes, and these could be delivering a safer city or a cleaner city or a city which is more responsible in its use of resources and thus more sustainable, right? In delivering these kind of outcomes, we really look at infrastructure, process, as well as technology related interventions, right? So for us, smart city is a holistic sort of goal.
Shirish Sankhe, according to you, what makes a city smart?
First of all, we have to define what a smart city is, right? And that is what the process that is going on right now, So as I read it, the smartness of a city can be defined from all the way to be technologically smart, to all the way to livable and smart and affordable. Okay, so much broader definition of smart. My sense is that the government right now is trying to figure out exactly what definition of smart we are going to apply. Frankly, if it is just a technologically smart as a definition, then it's a very narrow definition and impact can come much sooner. If it's a broader definition, which is what we want, it of course makes it more complex, but then impact will take more time.
All right. Dr. Ramachandran, from a policy perspective, do you think the government has clarity on how does it define smart cities in the Indian context? All that you've read, heard from the policy groups, what do you think?
I think it's a good beginning to think in terms of how to make our cities smart. So I won't be too much concerned about what exactly is the definition. I know there has to be clarity as to what is meant by a smart city. And I think enough work has been done on that in the sense that there have been concepts notes which have been prepared and circulated. There have been consultations. People from all over the country have put in their viewpoints and what they think what smartness should be. The smartness should be an extreme way of looking at things, but in the Indian context, as I see it, it's a question of making a beginning by making life better for all those who are residents of the city. In that, probably there would be application of technology, but along with the application of technology, how do we deliver better? How do we bring about improvement in governance? I think these would be the key features. And when we are looking at a text for a definition, I don't think we are going to reach that stage in the next 5 years or 7 years or 8 years, because for cities of our size, if you have to make the cities fully smart, it would take time, and it would also depend on the availability of resources. So I think probably a good beginning would be made if we think in terms of smart water, smart waste management, smart mobility, and if we can bring in other features like smart safety and security, And if you can extend it to smart energy and smart planning and the larger word of smart governance, that would probably encompass what is meant by a smart city in the Indian context. So, it's a question of how best we can reach each of these areas.